Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, KW Leadership, Why Not Me, with MAPS coaches Dennis Russell and Vasha Chevalier, and our guest, Amina Blake Foreman. Please note this webinar is being recorded and you will automatically receive the webinar recording. If you have questions for your coach, please type them into the questions box located in your webinar taskbar. Following the webinar, if you have any questions about today's call or coaching programs, please email us at fasttrack@kw.com. That's fasttrack@kw.com. That's all for me, coaches. Take it away.
Hey, thanks so much, Carlos. Thank you so much for joining us today to get more information on the LEAD program, Learn the Pathway to KW Leadership. And specifically, our topic for today is KW Leadership, why not me? And answering that question, why not me, we're going to break down the benefits to taking this program, things that leaders have in common, and the things that are showing up in their lives and probably showing up in yours too. We're also going to discuss the thought processes that leaders have. And obviously, you have those same thought processes too, because that's why you're here. Today, I want you to be clear about this. We are just going to talk. This is a conversation. This is not some big fancy presentation with all bells and whistles and all that. Hey, it's a conversation, real talk. How this program can impact your life and how you can use this to accomplish whatever leadership position you want to within Keller Williams on your Keller Williams leadership journey. I'm MAPS coach Dennis Russell, and like Carlos said, I'm joined today by my co-coach, the phenomenal MAPS coach, Vasha Chevalier, and our special guest, rock star team leader extraordinaire, Amina Blake Foreman. And yes, they are extraordinary and they are phenomenal. So let's get after it. Let's jump right in. Let's have this conversation. And I know the big question right now is, okay, I'm here. Why should I take this course? Why should I take this program? And I mean, why should I invest my time, my money, and my energy in this? And here's the deal. And you guys already know this. Leaders invest in themselves. That's what successful leaders do. So that means leaders invest in coaching, and also they're continuously moving from E to P. So Vasha, Amina, let's talk about this. Tell me a little what you think about that.
I love that, Dennis. Thank you so much. And I mean, if you really think about it, if you're not growing, you're what?
Dying.
You're dying, right? So we always, just with the level of thinking that we have, we can only think so big, and then we hit that ceiling. So we invest in coaching to help us break through that ceiling. That's moving from that entrepreneurial mindset to that purposeful mindset. And so Gary always talks about, success through others. We can't do everything alone. We have to have other people to help us reach the level of success that we desire. Every great CEO, every sports team, everybody has a coach. So leaders are always investing in coaching to continuously move them from entrepreneurial to purposeful.
I love it. And I think back about the fact that I've taken Bold 18 times. And yes, I might say that I'm a slow learner. And it's because leaders invest in themselves. And the way I look at it is, it's the best investment that you can make is the investment in yourself, because no other investment do you get to evaluate on a minute-to-minute basis and reset and reprogram and renew, because you can do that. All other vehicles, if real estate, we know, right? We know real estate is a great investment, yet it still has certain economic factors that affects that investment. The investment in yourself, the only person that affects that is you.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. And that's why, we all say, leaders are readers. They're always looking for, how can I learn more? As Vasha said, so I can go to that next level. What do I need to do? Who do I need to hang around with so that my thinking gets bigger? And as my thinking gets bigger, I'm able to now go into new levels of accomplishment, new levels of achievement. And that investing in coaching and investing in yourself, it does require time. If you want to be a leader and you want to be a successful leader, people say, well, leaders aren't born. Yeah, well, we're all born. So we're all born, except leaders really are made. And they're made by having that diligence and that discipline to be able to say, I need to continually get better. I need to be in programs like MAPS Coaching, plug. I need to be, constantly around other people. I need to be reading good books. So it really is about how do you go from what you do naturally to what becomes purposely, entrepreneur purposeful, because we all have natural gifts and abilities, except when you don't feel good, your natural abilities don't really show up. So we've got to get to the point where it's not just about what we do naturally. We have, a purpose, we have a system, we have an actual philosophy that we follow every day to be a successful leader, to be purposeful. So I love that question.
And you know what? Think about it like this. We're coaches, right? And we have multiple coaches. The coaches have coaches. So we're constantly investing in coaching ourselves so that we can increase our coaching skills. So we have coaches on the agent side, coaches on the bowl side, coaches on the group side. We coach by Gary, coach by Monica, coach just by life and experiences, right? And Amina, you as the team leader, I'm sure you're getting some great coaching and a prior maps coach yourself, right?
I've got multiple coaches. So if you have a coach and you're thinking, oh, do I really need this program? I have a coach. Yeah, you might need a coach specifically on leadership. And that's what this program is going to do for you. So let's keep going, Dennis. So looking at, number 2, leaders lead by example. They know the way, they show the way, and they go the way. And that's exactly why I've taken Bold 18 times, because it's not just asking my agents to sign up and take Bold. It's taking Bold myself and engaging at a high level, right? And it's because some people learn by obviously being in a training room, being in the class, but we know how important it is to be a mentor and to exemplify the behaviors that you believe is what you want the people that you're leading to actually adopt. So if you're wondering about signing up for this course and not taking action, remember, they're always watching. They are always watching. So lead by example. What else do you guys have to add on this?
Well, hey, that's go ahead, Dennis. Go ahead.
Ladies first, as always. My fault.
That's my favorite quote about leadership. They lead by example. They know the way, show the way, and go the way. And it's that integrity piece too. It's what you're doing. Nobody else is watching, right? As a coach, I would never coach my clients to doing things that I wouldn't do. We have to lead by example, showing them that, hey, we are teaching you these things so that we can show you what's worked, what hasn't worked, and then what you can implement and do better, right? So we lead by example and we teach others what we're learning so that we can help you grow and develop into the successful agent, leader, mother, father, daughter, son, cousin, friend that you are. Doesn't matter what your title is. It's just helping you grow and develop.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Vasha. And I love how Amina put it, and you both put it the same way. Leaders have to go through it first, which means, and brace yourself for this, leaders, which means you're going to have to see some things that the rest of your followers are not going to see. And that's one of the great joys in leadership, and also one of those things you have to be prepared for in leadership, that you're going to have to go through some stuff because you're going to pave the way for them. You're going to part the Red Sea. You're going to split the downwind. I mean, you're the one that actually establishes, that new pattern. So you've got to go first, and you're going to lead by example, because you're going to be the person that helps everybody else navigate the course. And that's why we have this course to help you navigate this course.
I love that. So let's look at the third one. Leaders are influencers. Leaders embrace diversity. So when we think about that word influence, what does it mean to you? Leaders are influencers. They have a way of, it's that natural ability of having, people gravitate toward them. It's that influencing you to do things better, to do things differently, because they've already been down that path, right? So I don't know about you guys. I know me, when I see someone doing great things, they're successful, they worked on things and saw what didn't work and what did work, and I saw the growth process, I'm influenced by that, right? So that they've influenced me to want to walk that path so that I can get to the level that I desire. And then leaders embrace diversity. They welcome everybody, regardless of what their background is. They want a diverse team because being from diverse backgrounds welcomes and opens up to new ideas, new ways of thinking, new opportunities for growth. So nothing is one way, right? We always teach that in bold. Nothing is one way. So I love that. So Amina, Dennis, what are your thoughts on that?
I think you nailed it, Vishay. That was just so perfect. You know the type of leader you are by the quality of the people and the other leaders that you are developing. And that's where influence is definitely key. So if you are looking to, as we said in the one before, if you're looking to lead by example so that you can then influence others to live their best life and to up their leadership lid, then these are the type of courses that you're going to really plug into at a high level.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of goes along with that phrase, and if I botch it, please correct me. If you're a leader and you look behind you and nobody's following you, you're just taking a walk. You got to have some people following you. That's what leaders do, and that's where that influence comes in. Because we're in Keller Williams, we have kind of the second part of this, and that is leaders follow the Y4C2Ts, and they're emphasizing, the E and the S. And what I mean by that is, equity, opportunities for all, and S, success, results through others. So who would like to address that one? Because I know this is really powerful on our minds right now.
Diversity is good for business. I think that's the biggest thing. It's good for business, giving everyone an inclusive environment where they feel like they can strive is just so important. It's important not just for our offices and our market centers. It's important for the communities we serve. It's important for the customers we also serve at a high level. It's really just good for business.
I love that. And this here is near and dear to my heart. This is part of the reason why I joined this great company. I can just hear Mo Anderson ringing in my ear right now with these Y4C2Ts, right? And when we really think about that, and with the emphasis on the E and the S, as Amina, she just hit it on the E, it's success results through through people. And when you really think about that, is no one succeeds alone, right? You help others get what they want, then ultimately you get what you want. That's that win-win or no deal that we talk about in the Y4C2Ts. So I love that.
Yeah, me too. And what's great about this is when you talk about, just like you both hit on, when you talk about that opportunities for all, we live in the greatest country in the world, no doubt about it, hands down, no doubt. We're the greatest country because we have so many different diverse peoples of backgrounds in this country. We've got so much input from so many different cultures and opinions, and it's just amazing. And that is what we need to make sure we're always focused on as leaders, because the more opinions we have, the more results and the more solutions we can come up with, the more options we can come up with. So it is definitely good for business, like Amina said, because when times are trying and things are coming up and you're not sure what to do, you want to have that good, strong core group. And you don't want yes people. You want people that are going to challenge you. People are going to say, what about this? What about that? What about this? And the more opinions you can get, the better answer you can get, so you can have, a much better result out of it. So that was great. Fantastic.
Love that. Talking about your people, right? Going to our fifth one, which would be leaders take responsibility in all outcomes and give credit to the team for the wins. That's just exactly what you were talking about just now, Dennis, right? Because, and I will have you guys really chime in on this, but the thing that comes to mind when I read this is extreme ownership and extreme humility. That embodies a great leader. What else do you guys have to add on that one?
Go ahead, Dennis.
Oh, Vasha, I was letting you go first, and I don't want my mom, getting mad at me because I'm interrupting.
And it just brings me back to, I'm a big sports fan, so you'll hear me referencing a lot of sports analogies throughout our conversations as we grow together, right? And when we think about it, just think about any sports team. They take responsibility in all outcomes. When the team wins the game, it's a team win. When the team loses, it's on the coach. It's on the coach. So taking that responsibility, because that's what leaders do. You don't play the blame game. You don't say, oh, well, so JJ didn't make that sack, or, Deshaun Watson didn't, complete that pass. We don't talk about a person that failed. We all failed together, and I take responsibility for that team because I'm the leader of that team, right? So they say all for one, one for all.
Yeah, Vasha, I'm laughing only because the two people you referenced from obviously your hometown team might not be, actually one of them's already gone. The other one might not even be there in a couple more days. So
they're both gone.
Went up on the sports thing there. Went up on the sports thing. Yeah, she's exactly right. I mean, that's exactly true. And what's critical about making sure that everybody gets credit, that the team gets credit, think about this. When you're the leader and you're getting all these people to go in one direction to accomplish this big goal, all right, there are going to be people that are going to have to do things that they might not really want to do or might not really like to do, and they've got to do that for the good of the team. They're going to have to sacrifice something for the good of the team. And when they do that, if they're not acknowledged, if you don't appreciate the fact that they had to make this sacrifice for the good of the team, sometimes people then don't want to make that sacrifice again. So it's important for us as leaders to always remember, yes, the team gets the big kudos for the wins, and when things go bad, it's on us as the leader. Exactly right, exactly.
Yeah, so that brings us to our 6th point. Leaders are influencers. Leaders are clear in their direction, they're clear in their vision, they know who they want on their team. So when we think about how clear are we in the directions that we choose to go, I don't know about you guys, I don't want to follow someone who's all over the place and have no idea of where they're going or even what their vision is, right? Think about it as an agent. We teach and coach around the GPS. You have to have that GPS to know where you are in order for you to get where you're going, right? Even in the cities that we live, as well as you might know that I still put on my GPS because I know Waze is going to tell me the shortcuts if it's an accident ahead, right? Yet we as leaders have a clear vision. We know where our company is going. We know where our team is going. We have to think big and so far ahead that we can have people that want to follow us because we have a clear vision for our future and give them something to strive to work towards. When you think about the leader of our company, Gary Keller, does his vision speech, right? Everybody's tuned in like this here all the way in the camera because he's a visionary. He's a visionary and people follow him. He's a great leader. And guess what? You are too. You are too. You just have to write down the goals, write down the action steps, and complete the mission so you can get to the vision that you have.
Love that. And obviously being an 18-time Bold graduate, when I hear this, I think the Bold law comes to mind, right? Clarity is power. And when you're in leadership, you have the power to transform lives. And leaders having that clear vision gives you that ability to change lives on a daily basis. And that's what comes to mind when I read this one.
Wow, changing lives. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of responsibility in being a leader. And when we're deciding who we want on our team, one of the great things about our company is we have our own system to find the right people, career visioning through the KPA. We got our own stuff. And when you're looking for people, you're not really looking for people. You're looking for a skill set. And we go back to, opportunities for all. Somebody might have that skill set who you haven't really seen or looked at before. So it's important for us to know what skill sets we want to team. We need a person that can do this. We need a person that can do these tasks. And if they can do those tasks at a high level, that's the person we need. So you got to be clear on your direction. And then you also got to be clear on who you're looking for based on their skill set, not based on if you like them, because you might like a lot of people and that might not be their skill set. And if you go in business with them because they don't do that part real well, you might not get the results you want. So
you have to be willing to make the tough decisions. Everybody is not made to be on your bus, right? You have to sometimes let them off at the bus stop, right? Pick them up on the way back so that you can get to the destination. So that being a leader is making tough decisions for the betterment of the entire organization.
I love that. And, the title of this webinar says it all, right? KW leadership, why not me? And if you've heard one of those things in those 6 points and you go, that sounds like me, that's exactly why. That's exactly why we're having these opportunities for you to expand on your leadership skills and then find your right leadership opportunity that would be for you. We're all leading in some way, whether it's in our businesses, in our homes, in our market center, in our communities, and you really want to develop that leadership skill. So let's jump into why the LEAD program, right? This program is designed to fill the gap that we have in leadership positions currently in our company. Future leaders, you'll learn over a 4-week period to discover what leadership truly is. And you'll find and understand your passion for leadership, discover your big why, and learn and understand the language, the terms that are commonly used. So we're giving you that sneak behind the curtain of KW leadership so that you will be able to have powerful conversations in recruiting, handling objections, and just really overall being able to have those leadership conversations that can impact your profit share, your passive income, and helping you live out KW's belief system. You'll learn some practical applications that you can use in your market center. As an ALC member, you'll re-engage and fall deeper in love with the honor that you hold in that position. And then
you got to slow down. Because I know they're getting it. I think you need to really hit them in the eyes with this.
I know.
I don't think they're getting it. I think there you go. The passion's going to come out of me. Oh, you guys are in trouble now. Mina's coming to get you. She's going to let you really know what this is all about. All right. So just dive deep into the ALC members, re-engaging, falling in love, and how powerful those conversations will be for an agent and then for the office and the team leaders such as yourself.
Yeah, when you say that, what comes to mind for me is that quote from Zig Ziglar that says, if you help enough people get what they want, then you would get what you want. And ultimately, that's leadership, right? Because you're really serving people on a daily basis. And as an ALC member, you've signed up to serve in your market center. And it allows you to fall back within that passion of serving and helping in your market center. And guess what? It should not go unrecognized, or for lack of better words, it should not go where the bank account doesn't have an impact on this. So you keep helping people get what they want. You keep helping people change their lives by coming to this amazing company. Your bank account will thank you on the 21st of every month. And last but not.
Wait a minute, wait. We got to keep going on this right here. We got to keep going on this one. This here, I don't think they quite getting it yet. I think they getting on the path. I don't think they quite there yet. This ALC position, Gary created so that they're the governing body of the market center. They help make decisions. And it's not just holding the title. It's not just to say, I'm in the top 20%. You have an obligation. You have a duty. It's an honor. I served on the ALC for 10 years in the international ALC. And the thing is this is a position that sometimes we don't fully understand what it entails. It's about service to others. It's a privilege. It's not just another, I'm just hanging this award and say I'm an ALC member. It's agent leadership council, leadership to the agents. So we got to fall deeper in love with that position, because so many people are wanting to be in your shoes, and we're setting the example that we're setting is going to either encourage or discourage someone from joining ALC. So everybody is watching you, whether you know it or not. They're watching what you're doing in the market center and outside of the market center. Okay, so no, go ahead, Amina. I just had to say that. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love the passion around that, because you know what? Really, your ALC is your launching pad to KW leadership. And last but not least, graduates will just feel re-energized and ready to go out and lead the agents in their market center by teaching, bringing recruits, filling that gap in leadership that we have when, you know, sometimes we know that there's either a leadership person's on vacation or COVID, things happen. Just really being able to step up and fill that gap when it's needed.
Love that. And don't forget, we have a chat box. So if you have questions, put them in that little chat box over there so that we can answer your questions. Dennis, we have, I think, one more slide. Yes. So
Got it, Vasha?
I got it. Hey, I'm ready. So, hey, this is an in-depth review of our KW value pillars, which helps leaders to have more powerful external conversations while reminding them of why they choose to be in business with KW. Ultimately, this increases growth, retention, productivity, and profitability, right? Can't forget about the profitability. And to have a clear vision in regards to if leadership is the right path for you and a roadmap to your leadership journey. Now, leadership is not just about the KW positions. Our course is to help you achieve those positions, should that be the path that you're on. Yet, what if it's being a better leader for your team as the rainmaker? What if this is being a better leader in your household, for your family? What if it's just being a better leader so that you can guide your clients? So this program is for everyone, not just whether or not you want to hold a position within this company, right? And to help also gain knowledge and confidence to host a powerful career night and perform an effective needs analysis when needed. That career night is so important. We're not teaching you to be recruiters, right? We're going to teach you to have powerful conversations so that if someone wants to join, it's a natural progression. Not I'm out here recruiting. You already have enough jobs to do, right? So this is a natural conversation. And that way we host a fun-filled career night. People can see the culture in your market center, the culture of this company. And it's a no-brainer. Like, yep, that's where I want to be. I know when I joined this company, our team leader rolled out the red carpet and the paparazzi ropes and the backdrop. And I was like, yeah, I feel special. I love the culture and the family. So it's teaching you how to have an impactful career night and then earn the opportunity to be spotlighted to KWRI, the regions and market centers in search for talent. So you go through this program, you graduate, you get spotlighted. They're knowing that, you feel confident in knowing that you're ready to rock and be successful within your first 90 days of the position that you get. And then to build confidence knowing that as a future leader, you will have the knowledge, skill, and culture needed to fill that gap. And outside of the knowledge and the skill, that culture is the most important. Having the right culture, because when you have the right culture, that's what keeps your market center together and brings people together. So Dennis, bring us home.
Okay, real quick, do you know if anybody had any parting shots real quick? Anybody got any parting shots? All right. Well, I want to say thank you guys so much for spending this time with us today. What we did today, we went over some of the qualities that great leaders possess, and particularly when we recap them, we talked about knowing you have to invest in yourself as a leader. That's number one. Number two, you got to remember that leaders are influencers. And the third thing is leaders are clear in their vision and in their direction. We also talked about some of the incredible benefits of this course. As an individual, we broke down how you're going to learn powerful conversations that are going to increase your income through profit share. That's going to be a big focus. Doesn't matter if you're an ALC member, brand new agent, experienced agent, want to be, doesn't matter. We're going to give you those powerful conversations to help you do that. We're also going to build that foundation for you so that, as Vasha just said, so that you can begin to have that success as a present or as a future KW leader. Now, as a market center leader. Now, if you're a market center leadership and you're on this call, here's what we kind of really stressed. You should be encouraging your ALC members because they're going to re-engage at a higher level, which, as Amina talked about, that's going to strengthen your retention. It's going to increase your recruiting, and that's going to result in more production and more profits. And that's what we all want. More production, more profits. Okay, people got into real estate because they wanted more freedom, they wanted more money, and they wanted more opportunities. And then the graduates, they're all going to feel so much re-energized into, having that culture like Vasha said. And what's going to happen with your graduates? They're going to now start to become leaders in your market center. They're going to start to step up and want to do things like teaching, training, and bringing you more recruits. So what's happened? Your market center, you've developed a whole market center full of leaders, a market center full of leaders. Wow, that's true leverage. So you can go to mapscoaching.com to sign up. Carlos, I think you might have, can you post the thing in the chat box? I'm gonna look at here real quick. Are there any questions that we can answer real quick? All right, well, it looks like the stuff is posted in the chat. We're going to say goodbye to everybody. Have a wonderful day. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to MAPS Coaching and the group coaching program. And that is the lead, learn the pathway to KW leadership. Have a great day, everybody.